Hoc Beaumont is a do-it-yourself theater group that presents shows you're not going to see many places. The group's latest production opens tomorrow night and deals with a disturbed war veteran and his friends. Tom Wright joins us from the art studio with more. Tom?
Thanks a lot, Kelly. This is a unique experience to see some theater that, like you said, you're not going to see anyplace else. And this show is called Penetrator. It involves a not a Vietnam, but an Afghani vet coming back, a war veteran, and relationship with some other male friends. With us, Michael Mason, who involved with Hoc Beaumont and also plays the character of the veteran who comes back.
Yes.
And the show is just, there's three characters, and it's really about their relationship among the three male characters.
It's basically about, it's two guys that, the interesting thing for me too is it's two guys that live in Old Town Beaumont. It takes place in Beaumont. The playwright allows us to do that. And it also takes place on the day that you see it. So it's actually happening in mid-October 2013. So they're like local guys that you might meet. And then it does have to do with their relationship with a man that's gone off to war and seen different things, and the sort of juxtaposition of the real world here in America versus a man that's maybe seen things at war.
Yeah. We sort of labeled this the in-your-face movement theater. What is that about?
The in-your-face movement started in the early 90s, and Anthony Nilsson is the playwright, and he was one of the sort of like first people. There's like Sarah Kane, Mark Ravenhill, a bunch of really interesting people, but they did intimate shows that kind of dealt with violence and sort of wild, visceral sort of things, and this show deals with some of those things. It
there's
kind of pushes the boundaries.
A lot of mix of different imagery and what have you in the show, and including the teddy bears.
Yes.
I have one here, as a matter of fact, and well, you have to come to the show to find out what that's about, because we are not going to talk about it on television today. Let's talk a little bit about Hoc. The group here, you guys have done several different shows here in town, and it's a chance to do something really different. It's not the kind of things you're going to see in community theater or anything like that.
No, I think that by not being a community theater, we don't have any allegiances to anything. We don't have like donors. We have the freedom to sort of take risks, and I think it's our job to take risks and challenge ourselves and challenge the community a little bit, within reason. And that's what we can do. So that's what we try to do.
We should stress that it's adult material in this.
It's adult content. There's some strong
language and themes and things like that.
Absolutely.
It is definitely, and if you're easily offended, it may not be your thing. But it's if you're a reasonable adult and you want to kind of challenge yourself a little bit, it is something that you probably could enjoy.
I totally agree. I think that like some people would like it, some people might not, but I think it'll give you something to think about. And it'll stay with you, and I think that's what a good piece of theater can do. I do think if you're an adult, you'll find things that you enjoy, but it is provocative.
It is provocative. All right, a couple of different ways you can see the show. You're going to open tomorrow night and go Friday and Saturday, and then the following weekend, you're doing two performances. One of them is a midnight performance.
We have a midnight show on the 18th, and that should be very interesting. It should be a hoot. And we don't normally do that. A lot of people don't do that. So
no, I don't know if that's ever been done.
We're going to see what happens, and I hope people show up, and I think we'll have a good crowd.
All right, Michael, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Again, the show going on here opened up tomorrow night at Hoc Beaumont here at the Art Studio. And like, if you want to find out what Teddy's all about, you got to come to the show, Kelly.
All right, thanks, Tom.